Good morning, everybody. Just figured I'd share a life update since I've done it for months. Um, my son is here. He's not wasn't supposed to be here till June 1st ish, right around there, and who's actually wound up being born March 28th. So it's 2 months early, a little over. My wife went in for a normal checkup, and she had preeclampsia, so her blood pressures were, if I remember right, 180 over 100, low hundreds. So it was pretty dangerous. She's at pretty high risk for stroke and seizures and all that. So she wound up being life flighted from here in Scottsbluff to Denver to Presbyterian St. Luke's, which is, by the way, an awesome hospital. All the medical staff there, nurses and everything, are absolutely amazing. So my son was born March 28th, right around 3 o'clock. They tried to induce her for 36 hours and no changes at all. So she chose to do a C-section. And thankfully everything went great there. He was born at just over 4 pounds. I think 4 pounds, 1 ounce. Which is pretty big for, being 2 months early. And now he's 8 pounds, 9 ounces, 8 pounds, 10 ounces. So he's grown pretty fast in the last couple months. It's really kind of crazy because him and my wife were both due in June, both born in March. So my wife was born March 17th, and she was due, I want to say June 18th, 20th, around there somewhere, I forget. But she was born at only 1.9 pounds, so she was really, really little. If I can find a picture, there's a picture of her next to just like a regular pen, and the pen's as long as she was. Like, she was itty bitty. And it's kind of tradition in my family that the firstborn son, his middle name is Alan, after my grandfather, and that's been going on for, well, I found out 6, 7 generations. It's been going on forever. So my dad's middle name, my middle name, his middle name. And what's kind of cool about that is he was actually born on my grandpa's birthday, which I didn't even know until my dad told me. So that's kind of crazy. He's formula fed. We're going to be changing it up because it's kind of upsetting his belly. What he's on is kind of making him constipated. But he's doing really well. And it's just been, a crazy year. Some of you that have been following me forever on my Instagram know I want to say end of January, beginning of February, around there somewhere. I was heading to work after the gym, and it was super icy. And I was in my little Dodge Dakota, and I slid off the road on the highway going faster than I should have been. It was probably going like 60 or so. And my truck just bucked, and there's nothing I could do. And I slid into a light pole, and I took that pole completely out. And the paramedics that came, because I was obviously in shock because it was my first, bad accident. And then there was snow. I was in a ditch. It was like 6 in the morning, so it was so dark. I was heading to work to open the shop, so I actually called my friends like, "Hey, you gotta open the shop. I'm in the ditch." But anyway, all the paramedics said if I'd have slid forward about another foot, I would have hit that thing just parallel right to me, and I would most likely not be here. And I have no idea how, besides just the absolute grace of God, that it hit exactly where it was. I basically just had a couple bruises here and there, some scratches. I mean, it shoved the left side of my windshield over to the right, and that pole came down and crushed the other side of the box. So, yeah, I was in the ditch for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And I was stupid. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, which, I should have been. But, and then I applied for a different career. I was going to work for Spectrum. They actually hired me. And my boss from the Honda shop I was working at saw that I had applied, so he just fired me. So it was 3 years like that, just gone. And then my wife got flown. I was supposed to start the Monday after she got flown to Denver. And so I called them and was like, hey, I can't start right now. Here's what's going on. And they pulled the offer. So had to haul ass to Denver from Scottsbluff. It was just over 3 hours. I think 3 hours, 10 minutes, something like that. It's not real bad. So I had to haul ass there. My wife's terrified in the hospital after just flying a helicopter for the first time. And I had to tell her, like, hey, once we get home, I don't have a job. We just bought a house. So we're gonna be hurting for a while. Luckily now I have a job. I found one pretty quick after I got home, so that's taken care of. And she'll be back to work here the 5th, I think next Wednesday or Thursday, I forget. Also, yeah, 2 weeks. But anyways, so she's gonna be back to work. Luckily my mom will be able to watch Hunter, so he can, we're not to rush to find a daycare or nothing, because they're all full. So yeah, it's just been really crazy. But so they pulled the offer, which was terrifying at the time, but that allowed me to be with my wife in Denver every step of the way. And I tell you, I thank God for the Ronald McDonald House Charities, because that's where we wound up staying after she was discharged from the hospital. And that's a great place. They do meals, dinners, some breakfast and stuff. Just kind of depends. So you get a room, you get a kitchen, all this stuff. I actually wound up meeting a pretty cool guy from the Team Activated group that I'm in. It's a great group if you're a power lifter or you just want to better yourself lifting. There's so much good information, and Seth is just a great coach. So I wound up, basically making a friend. And I tell you, it was just crazy. Never met him before. And I posted in the group like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a while. I don't have a gym membership. I have no money to get one. And just like that, bam. This guy I never met in my life. It's like, hey, I'll pay for it. So yeah, I wound up paying for my gym. It's awesome powerlifting gyms, Eden Fit in Brighton. I think Brighton. I'm terrible with names. I wound up lifting together. I put up the weight I felt at my first powerlifting competition on bench, and it went up easy. Then I almost died after that, but that's besides the point. So yeah, now I'm a lube tech here in town for a while until I can move into my lead job, my lead lube tech job, whatever. She's gonna be going back to work. So November 8th, there's another powerlifting competition in Thornton, Colorado, a CrossFit Mob through the USAPL, which is crazy because my first competition is at this very spot, November 3rd or 4th. I forget the day, but November. Pretty much it'll be a year, almost to the day. And my first competition, I absolutely bombed out. I didn't hit a single bench, didn't hit a single squat. I hit all my deadlifts, but in powerlifting, for those of you that don't know, if you bomb out, or say if you fail a lift, you can't go down in weight. You can only go up or stay the same. And if you bomb out, so if you fail 3, your score basically doesn't count. So I got a 0 for my first competition. Let me tell you, having a fear of public speaking and then just totally dropping the ball in front of a crowd of people, not a great experience, not real fun. But I learned a lot. I am way stronger now. My technique's down. I can finally low bar. So I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. I'm going to be getting down to shoot for 190 by then. That's 29 pounds left to lose. That was my first goal when I started my weight loss journey. I'm down 100 pounds already, so god dang, that'd be 125, 130 pounds, give or take. Again, suck at math. But and I'm stronger. I'm putting on strength and still dropping. And especially with this new job, I'm on my feet a lot. I'm moving around. I'm picking up tires, putting them on. So I'm always moving. So I'm really kind of excited to see how far I've come in a year. That's gonna be awesome. I'll keep you guys posted. I will keep posting like lifting videos and shorts and stuff like that. If you guys see anything on my form, let me know. Like I said, I'm still really new to powerlifting. I'm on my first weight loss journey from like 280 to 190. Pretty much did bodybuilding. So nothing was strength based. It was all just how many reps I can do and basically just trained to failure. And let me tell you, my body just can't handle that no more. I definitely don't feel as young as I once was, but so it's going great. Just figured I'd keep you guys updated. Again, I'll keep posting videos, and if you guys have any tips, tricks, or just want to shoot the shit, let me know. Hit me up.